The Battle of Ghazni, fought in 1001 CE in modern-day Afghanistan, stands as a significant historical event that marked the rise of Mahmud of Ghazni and his Ghaznavid Empire. This battle not only showcased the military prowess and strategic genius of Mahmud, but also had profound implications for the socio-political landscape of the Indian subcontinent and Central Asia. The battle, fought between Mahmud of Ghazni and the Indian ruler Jaipal of the Shahi dynasty, serves as a critical turning point, reflecting the dynamics of power, religion, and empire building during that era. Mahmud of Ghazni, born in 971 CE, was the son of Sebuktigin, the founder of the Ghaznavid dynasty. Under Sebuktigin, the Ghaznavid Empire had already begun to establish itself as a formidable power in the region. However, it was under Mahmud's leadership that the empire reached its zenith. Mahmud, a brilliant and ambitious leader, aimed to expand his realm and spread Islam through military conquests. His vision was to transform Ghazni into a center of Islamic culture and power. On the other side was Jaipal, the ruler of the Hindu Shahi kingdom, which extended over parts of modern-day Afghanistan and Pakistan. The Shahi dynasty, with its roots in the Hindu and Buddhist traditions of the region, had long been a significant power in the area. Jaipal, aware of Mahmud's growing ambitions, understood the threat posed by the Ghaznavid expansion. Tensions had been escalating for some time, with minor skirmishes and raids setting the stage for a larger confrontation. The year 1001 CE saw these tensions come to a head. Mahmud of Ghazni, having consolidated his power and secured his position within his own territory, decided to launch a full-scale invasion into the Shahi domains. His forces, composed of a well-trained and disciplined army, were bolstered by the promise of plunder and religious fervor. Mahmud's strategy was not only to defeat Jaipal, but to make a statement about the might of the Ghaznavid Empire and the spread of Islam. Jaipal, on the other hand, gathered his forces, which included a diverse array of troops from different parts of his kingdom. He understood that this battle was not just about defending his territory, but about preserving the cultural and religious identity of his people. The stakes were incredibly high, and both sides prepared for a decisive and brutal confrontation. The battlefield chosen for this historic clash was near the city of Ghazni, a location that favored Mahmud's forces. Ghazni, being his capital, provided logistical advantages and familiarity with the terrain. Mahmud's army, consisting of heavy cavalry, foot soldiers, and war elephants, was well-equipped and highly motivated. His use of war elephants, in particular, was intended to break the enemy lines and create chaos among Jaipal's troops. The battle commenced with both armies deploying in traditional formations. Jaipal's strategy was to hold the line and use his infantry to absorb the initial assault, while his cavalry and war elephants were to deliver decisive counterattacks. Mahmud, however, had different plans. He began with a feigned retreat, a tactic designed to draw Jaipal's forces out of their defensive positions. This maneuver worked as planned. Jaipal's troops, sensing an opportunity, advanced aggressively. As Jaipal's forces moved forward, Mahmud launched a coordinated counterattack. His heavy cavalry charged into the exposed flanks of the advancing Shahi troops, causing significant disruption and confusion. The war elephants, a critical component of Jaipal's strategy, were targeted by Mahmud's archers and skilled cavalrymen, who used fire-tipped arrows and other tactics to panic the elephants and turn them against their own lines. The battle raged for hours, with both sides sustaining heavy casualties. Mahmud's disciplined forces, however, gradually gained the upper hand. His strategic use of terrain, combined with superior tactics and the element of surprise, began to wear down Jaipal's army. The turning point came when Jaipal himself was captured. The sight of their leader in chains shattered the morale of the Shahi troops, leading to a complete rout. The aftermath of the Battle of Ghazni was profound and far-reaching. Jaipal, humiliated and defeated, was forced to pay a heavy ransom for his release. According to some accounts, he later abdicated in favor of his son Anandapala and committed suicide, unable to bear the shame of his defeat. This marked the beginning of the decline of the Shahi dynasty, which would continue to face repeated assaults from Mahmud in the following years. For Mahmud of Ghazni, The victory solidified his reputation as a formidable military leader and a champion of Islam. The wealth and resources acquired from the conquest of the Shahi kingdom enriched his empire and funded further military campaigns. Mahmud continued to lead numerous expeditions into the Indian subcontinent, targeting rich cities and temples, which he plundered to expand his wealth and influence. The Battle of Ghazni also had significant cultural and religious implications. Mahmud's campaigns were framed as jihad, or holy wars, aimed at spreading Islam and establishing Muslim rule over the Indian subcontinent. This period marked the beginning of increased Islamic influence in the region, which would continue to grow over the subsequent centuries. Moreover, the battle and subsequent campaigns by Mahmud contributed to the establishment of Ghazni as a major cultural and intellectual center. Mahmud patronized scholars, poets, and artists, transforming his capital into a hub of Islamic culture and learning. This cultural renaissance in Ghazni had lasting impacts on the region's history and heritage. The Battle of Ghazni thus stands as a significant event that shaped the course of South Asian and Central Asian history. It highlights the complex interplay of power, religion, and culture during a period of significant transformation. The legacy of this battle is reflected in the enduring historical narratives and the cultural shifts that followed in its wake. The intricate details of the Battle of Ghazni, including the strategies employed, the personal motivations of the leaders involved, and the broader historical context, offer valuable insights into the dynamics of medieval warfare and empire building. Mahmud of Ghazni's victory not only expanded his territorial holdings, but also set the stage for the spread of Islam in the Indian subcontinent, influencing the region's religious and cultural landscape for centuries to come.